My name is Endeavour, and this is Almost 10 to the Sky. And last time we were working on Ars Nouveau and we got all these crazy flashing pink things set up. It's going pretty well. I did say between episodes I'd do a little bit of building, and I have done that. And I've just built mainly the corner towers. I've got all of these done. Floor, ignore the floor. But yeah, apart from that one floor over there, I've got all of the towers done. So that is looking alright. I still need to move the enchanting area and get a little bit more of the central flooring done. But the main thing I was working on was this thing here. So at the end of the last video, I set up this interface so I could remove the barrels that I had up here. And I've now set up the modular routers to pull from these as well. This one sends the lapis into these, and then this one on the left pulls the source gems and sends it back into the interface. And then what I have here is a storage monitor that tells me how many source gems I've got in my system, and I've also got a level limiter up here. So if this drops below 2048 at any point, which crafting all the source stone, that does happen every now and then, but if it drops below that, this will turn off this modular router here. So this is the one that sends the source gems over to the setups that we've got on the side that's doing all the essences. I still haven't got the wild and wing to get that one going, but all the others have been going, and I haven't actually looked for a while how many of those we've got. Yeah, we've got a fair few of these coming in now, so this is going pretty well, but I just need to get the air one set up as well. Now that we don't need to look at this anymore, I can put some cable facades on there, and then we don't have to worry about that. So then the last modular router we've got in the middle, this is the one that pulls it from all of those imbuement chambers and puts it back into the interface, and that's it. We don't have to worry about this room anymore. We've got the mob farm providing the source, and then the modular routers just send everything where it needs to be, and that's it, job done. So obviously we will get it decorated, but I think I've had enough of this room for now. What I really want to do is what I said I was going to do last time, and start working on the bees. Right, so first things first, I did say as part of my building I was going to put some dirt platforms outside so we had somewhere to do this, but as you can see that didn't happen because yeah, I didn't have any time. So if we just grab this dirt, we can start putting this down somewhere, and I'm just going to put something basic for now because I need to get started with some vanilla bees first, because to get into the productive bees mod you need a ton of honey and honeycomb as well. So I'm just going to do the basic vanilla stuff first because there is a lot of waiting around in this mod, and I thought while we're doing all the waiting, instead of just sat there, I might as well do some building as well. So we're going to get the basic stuff going first. We'll get a little platform going around here. When I say a little platform, it's going to be a pretty huge platform, but we'll get this done out here, and then while we're waiting around we can get on, do a little bit more terraforming, make this look a little bit prettier. But we'll just get this done. So I think that should do for now. Or shall I go all the way across? Yeah, let's do that. Right, so we've got a bit of a platform there. We could probably build a staircase up to that bit over there, but and I'm just going to put some grass seeds down as well, and this can slowly spread while we're working on things. So the first thing to do, completely vanilla, we just need to get some birch saplings, because it's just easier doing the birch rather than oak, and then we also need some flowers as well, don't we? But do we have any that we could use? We'll take some chorus because we can use that for the breeding, but I think I'm going to need something a bit more conventional to put next to the tree's eye. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if we plant and grow oak or birch saplings next to flowers, there is a 5% chance it will spawn with a bee's nest on the side of it. So do we have any poppies? That'll do. Let's take some of those. Actually, let's have them all. So how I normally do this, plain vanilla anyway, I'll just put down a line of flowers, and then saplings down either side like that. We should fairly quickly be able to get some bees nests, and remember we can twerk these as well, but I suppose we could space them out a little bit. That'd make more sense, wouldn't it? I usually just do them two apart like that. So let's get twerking and see what we get. I should probably get my sturdy bee cages as well, shouldn't I? Because I've got a few of these from the Wandering Trader. So let's get a couple of stacks of those. And anything yet? No. We'll probably get the birch nests as well. So if we just ultimine these. And can you believe it, we didn't get anything there? Well, this is really unlucky. I've done a few trees now and I haven't got anything yet, which compared to the testing I was doing in creative, this is absolutely terrible. So I'll tell you what, if we just do them all together, I can ultimine them all out together, can't I? So. Right, gotta be something here on there. No, what is going on? Oh, we are in a river biome though. I don't know if it's biome dependent. I don't think it is it? Maybe it's grass. Could it be grass? Right, so I'll keep it this, and we'll come back once I get some bees. And literally 2 minutes later, we have our first bee's nest, and we have 2 bees in there, and I do have silk touch on my axe. So straight away, I'm gonna grab that one, And there is another bee kicking about over there, so let's grab that in a steady bee cage as well. And do we have anything else? No. So let's just keep this going. So I am going to need a few of these things. And there's another one there, great. So there's no bees in that one. That's probably where I got that second bee from. Right, so I'm already running out of space. Let's get rid of this. And there's another one there. So as soon as I stop recording, I got tons of them. And any bees in that one? 3 bees in there as well. Great. Right, so I'll grab that. So I think we should have quite a lot of what we need now. So I'm going to do a lot of this outside, so I'm going to have to be quite careful and make sure the bees don't fly away, because that's the one thing I hate about bees. Even in vanilla, they just fly away and it's really annoying. Luckily though, in the productive bees mod, there are things we can do about that, but we do have to do it pretty basic at first. So I'm just going to do this for a little bit longer, see if I can get some more, and then we can get on with the interesting stuff. Right, so I grew a lot more trees for the rest of the day, and as you'll see now, we have the birch nest. And I didn't get any of these at first, but now pretty much every tree has them on, so I don't know what that's about. But I'm just going to chop all these down, and you'll see all of these carpenter bees as well. So I've got the yellow ones and the green ones, and I have already captured a few of them as well. So I'm just going to grab as many of these as I can. I don't think I really need the carpenter bees. I can breed lumber bees with these, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's just get the basics done first. Just want to get the basic vanilla stuff going. So I'm just going to chop down all these, and then we can get on with it. Right, you know what? I'm going to get rid of all the saplings now as well, because I don't think I need any more. I think I've got everything I need to get started. Right, so I'm going to put all these down. Hopefully they'll all fly away, because I definitely want to capture them. Let's just stick all of these away for now, because inventory management is going to be an issue. Right, so let's try and capture the rest of these. Come here. And let's have this one here. Right, so any of these got anything in? Right, there's green bee in there. That's empty. Empty. Right, so I've got all those empty now, so I can put those away. And I now have a ton of these. So let's have a look at what we've got so far. So I've got 3 bee nests, which is good. And I also, with these, I want to craft one of them into a bee nest helmet. And this means that bees won't attack me, but I also need it to get a kamikaze bee. But we just need some good old vanilla bees first. So I'll have you. Alright, so the rest of them must be in the nests as well then. Let's get a real basic vanilla setup going. So that means I'm going to need campfires. I'll have 3 of those. And I'm going to use all these for now. Shears. I think we can afford iron ones now, can't we? And then a ton of balls. And I have hundreds of thousands of balls, so that's not going to be an issue for me at all. So grab a couple of stacks of those. And then I'm going to need to go below here, right? So let's get my netherite stick. Grab a bit there. And that'll just bring this down a bit. Right, so I've got that 3 thick now, so I can dig down, because I do need to do something in a minute where I need to put some water down. So first up, let's do campfires. So we'll have campfires like that. So this just means if I put these down on top of here, I can harvest the honey and honeycomb from this, and the bees won't get angry at me. But they are going to go everywhere, aren't they? So you better not disappear. So we're just going to put some flowers down here. I'm going to get rid of all these, because I don't want them coming over here, because they will. Right, so you do your thing. We need to get a little bit of honey going. Actually, yeah, why not? Let's do a bit of breeding as well. I did have 1 normal bee on me as well, didn't I? So might as well stick you down there. And you can come here, and you. So I'll get a couple of babies going as well. We need tons of honey. Right, you just do your thing. Right, so while we're waiting for those to do a little bit of that, I don't want them to fly away though. Please don't fly away. I'm not going to have to trap you. This is what I mean about bees. Stupid bees. Oh, come on, where are you going? Why would you go under there? Right, okay. Let's put you there. And glass trapdoors. They're great, Ali. Let's have some of those on there. And then we'll go over the top of these as well. Now, I believe that means they shouldn't be able to get out. But we'll see. So I think as well, we should be able to use our time in the bottle here, which I don't have on me again. Gotta start doing that. Right, so we have 1 bee in there. 3 bees in that one, so let's speed this up a bit. Just go nuts. Right, so honey's 3 of 5 now. That's great. Okay, so do I have more bees? I do. Right, so at night time they should all go into there. So I can put this one back in. Right, there's definitely no space for all these bees, but they're just not happy, are they? But we are nearly there, so let's see if I can get this. So what we're in for here is to get a bit of honeycomb, and we need that to craft the advanced beehive. And this is where we really start getting into this mod, and we can do it in a much better way than what we're doing now. So for this, we need 2 honeycomb, and the rest of it is all pretty easy. So we need 3 honeycomb to do the beehive, and then another 2 to turn it into the advanced beehive. But we also want, and I can never remember what it's called. It's either an extension box or an expansion box. I can never remember which. See, I knew I was going to get it the wrong way around. This thing as well. So this allows us to have 5 bees in each one, but we need to add this onto the normal one. So we need another one for that. So it's going to be 6 honeycomb for each one. Right, so those have all gone in there now because it's night time. Right, let's have a bed out here because I'm going to be doing a lot out here. I'm not going to keep going inside. Right, do we have anything we can get yet? Right, that's ready now. So we can get 3 honeycomb. That's pretty good. How's the rest of them doing? Right, so 2 of them have 3 bees in now. That's good. So I might as well speed this up as well. Right, so the other thing I want to do while we're waiting for the next few honeycomb, I want to get some water bees. So if we have a look, let's have a look. If we've got to be honest. Right, so if we have a look at this green carpenter bee, we can see it has all of these attributes. So it has the type, productivity, weather tolerance, behavior, endurance, and temper. And some of those, to be able to get as much as we can out of the bees, we need to increase these to the better levels. So the productivity, we want that to be very high. The weather tolerance, we want that to be all. And the behavior, we want that to be meta-eternal. So that basically means it will produce at both day and night. At the moment, diurnal just means day. Nocturnal obviously means night. So what we can do is squish the bees to get gene samples, give them to the bees via treats. And what we can do is get certain bees that always have maxed out stats, and then we can breed with those or squish those, and then those will already have the max traits that we can give to the other bees that we want to farm. So the first one we want to get is the weather tolerance, and we get that from water bees. So to get water bees, we just need to fish, which I know it sounds a bit weird, but we just need to fish, and there is a chance that bees will spawn. So it's all like, it's not just water bees. We can get prismarine, oily, and a couple of others. I think a sponge bee as well. But I'm just going to dig a little hole down here. I really should get myself a shovel, shouldn't I? But I'm just going to put a little hole here. Actually, 3x3 is a bit rubbish fishing, isn't it? Let's do it a bit bigger. Right, that should be okay. So do I have a fishing rod? And if I do, it'll probably be rubbish weight. So let's just grab one of those and see how difficult it's going to be to get a lure and look at the sea. Not sure if this makes a difference, but we'll do it anyway. So lure 3, we do that with any type of fish. That's easy. And what about look at the sea? Do that with lapis. Right, that's easy enough to do, isn't it? So go to that in a second. Let's just check on these. Right, so we've got some more there. 6 honeycomb. Right, that is enough to do 1 advanced beehive. I've got 9 there. Right, great. Okay, so let's craft beehive. So I'll have one of those, and I'll turn that into the advanced one, just like that. And I can do the expansion box as well. Right, let's have that. Right, so we'll take our advanced oak beehive and the oak expansion box and put that on there. And I want to do the same thing. So we don't need to surround the whole thing. It is basically just at the bottom. So let's take another poppy, put that down there. So the main advantage of the advanced beehive is that we don't need to come along and share this. It will automatically do it for us. As long as we have bottles in here, it'll produce honey. And it will also produce honeycomb at the same time. So we don't have to choose between them. So let's just grab one of these. And can I get you as well? Will I get you? And I'm going to try and put these into this one. So you'll go in there. Right, we'll leave those to spin around a bit, get the bearings, and we'll go try it and get a decent fishing rod. Right, so it was lapis. I can't remember the other one now. What was it? Oh, it was fish, wasn't it? I don't think I've got any fish. Apart from these buckets of puff fish. Right, tell you what. We're going to get a few fish in a minute, are we? So let's just do the other one. Got you and you. And that gives us a look at the C3. So we'll put that onto this fishing rod. do I have? Got unbreaking. Have I got mending? I do have mending, but let's have that. You and you. That's pretty good. So we just need to get 3 fish, and then we can do the Lure 3 as well. But Lure's probably the most important one because that speeds up how quickly you get a catch. So we'll just do a few of these, and we're definitely going to want to do that. So let's go. Right, so second catch, and we've already got a bee there, but it's angry at me, so I should have done that thing tonight. And what is this one? It's an oily bee, I think. So let's have that. And I probably should craft that, but I need to steal one of these nests to do that. Right, and it looks like this one's gone in here as well, and we're already getting a honeycomb and a bit of honey. Nice. So let's grab what we got there. This is a normal bee, so you go in there. Oh, it's just a baby at the minute, but it will grow up in there as well. I can stick the oily bee away. Right, so we have a bit more around here. Nice. Oh yeah, also we need to put the glass balls into here as well, and that will automatically fill that up once that fills up with 5. Okay, back to fishing. Oh, he just popped out. You come here. Right, so we've got 3 in there now. And we can get another 2. Brilliant. Come on, let's have one more. Right, that is what I want. That is a water bee, and it's angry at me as well. Oh, I think we need 3 of the same type of fish, don't we? Never mind. What are you? Sponge bee? Right, so there's no bees in this one, so I think what I'm going to do is steal this one. Just need to put a block there, right? And obviously you shear it first. Right, so you go here, put that there. So now, if I craft myself a diamond helmet, like that, and I can craft that with that, that gives us the bee nest. So I'll take my helmet off, so I'll take that, put that on there. And aside from looking awesome, this is definitely going to protect me. Right, so I've done a bit more fishing, and because of the bee nest helmet, I didn't get attacked at all, which is great. And I haven't got enough fish yet to do the Lure 3 enchantment, but I already have 2 water bees somewhere. Yeah, so I've got 2 there. And as you can see on there, they both have weather tolerance of any, and that is the attribute we want to apply to the rest of the bees that we're going to breed. So I do also have a prismarine bee and a sponge bee, but we're not going to use those for now, so I can put those away. Might as well get rid of the fish as well, don't need those. And I think that is going to do me for fishing. I might try and get some more water bees, but I'll probably just breed these ones, to be honest. So let's get some leads and a fence as well. So what we're going to do here is we're now going to work on the next attribute. So if you have a look at this, the weather tolerance is any, which is great. Can't get any better than that, and that's what we want. But we also want the behavior to be meta-eternal, and the way we do that, again, sounds a bit cruel, but we just need to leave them out overnight. There is a chance overnight that they will turn to nocturnal, and then over the course of 2 or 3 days, they will hopefully turn into meta-eternal. And then that is that behavior maxed out as well. We just need to do the productivity, and then we should be good to go. So first things first, let's get these going. So these are the 2 water bees. So let's put these down here, and I need my leads die. So you go there, come here, you stay on there, and then you come here on there. Right, so if we take some chorus flower, we can breed these as well, and I'll get that one chained up. I mean, tied up. Right, so baby, come here. Oh, what happened there? Why did that die? Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Right, you know what? Maybe I'll do a bit more fishing and get a few more of these. I didn't think that was a thing. Because I know there's a chance that they can take damage if they're in the wrong behaviour. Like if they're diurnal and they're out at night, they can take a bit of damage. But I don't know why that just died like that. That's annoying. Anyway, back to fishing. Right, I can't believe this just happened, but I think this is really rare. I've got a Patrick bee, and this is something we're going to need later on to automate the all mod star. So the Patrick star is this crafting recipe here, but we can also get it from using the Patrick bee, and this will produce the Patrick comb, which we can then turn into the Patrick star. So that is brilliant, very happy about that. But I've just noticed as well, I've already got 9 salmon in there, so I can go do that other enchantment now, guys. So let's get that done. Right, there we go, Lure 3. And then we'll stick that on the fishing rod. I know I could go up to 4 and 5, but I think that'll do us for now. That should massively improve this. Just need to get a couple more water bees. See, that's almost quicker out. What are you? That prismarine. And that's another oily bee. Come here. And there's another water bee. Let's have that. Right, let's get you straight on a lead. And over here. Now, can we breed without dying? That would be much appreciated. Have you and you. Baby, you've gone there. Right, so we have 4 of them now. And they're all diurnal. Right, so how many have we got here? We've got 3 in there, haven't we? I should really grab another one of these and try and get it in there. So I think I'm just going to keep fishing through the night, and hopefully we'll get some transformations from these ones. And hopefully get a few more water bees as well. So I'll keep at this, and hopefully very soon we'll have something to show. Right, so I spent the whole night fishing, and as you can see, I have a few more water bees. Partly because I caught a few more, but also because I was breeding them a little bit as well. It did go very well. I think I've got 2 nocturnal, and one of them just turned metaternal without even going nocturnal. So I didn't even know that was a thing, but I'm okay with that. So I think what we can do, if we try and breed the metaternal one with a nocturnal one, the baby has a chance of being metaternal as well. So you come here, or you, so you're nocturnal. Never mind. You've gone there. So we have quite a few nocturnal at the minute, and that one metaternal. It is basically just more of the same, really. We just keep those out overnight. I probably won't do any more fishing now, but I can get working on these really, can't I? So I've got 4 of these in here, and a prismarine bee did escape into here as well, but I've just got that out. So I suppose what we could do really is start working on the upgrades. So we have, how much honeycomb we've got? We've only got 12 in there, but we have produced a little bit there, haven't we? So let's grab that. And what we can do, if we have a look at the upgrades for productive bees, there's quite a few things we can do, but the one that's really interesting is the simulator, and this means that they'll no longer exit, and it's basically having digital bees just in the hive. You can still click on it and see what's going on, but they don't come out to feed. They'll just do it basically just in a simulation. So we do need to craft honeycomb blocks, and it's 4 for each one, but we should have enough for that now. And before we do that, we need to do the teleportation one, and that also requires 4 blocks. And then the upgrade base is all vanilla apart from the honey tree, and this is just crafted with honeycomb and honey, and this will give you the honey tree. And these are going to be very essential later on, so we need to get an absolute ton of these, and it might actually be worth getting the honey seeds from mystical agriculture and get those growing somewhere, but we'll just see how we'll go with this for now. So let's grab that, and then we can change this, and we'll get 2 of the upgrade base, turn that, probably turn all these into blocks, or let's just do what we need. Let's just do 8 of those. We'll get the anti-teleportation, and they'll turn that into the simulator. Nice. So if we just stick that into there, this now has this extra slot where we can put bees into it like this, and or if we put empty ones in there, it'll take all of these out. So that's really good. And if once these pop out, I can do the same thing over here. So I can just grab one of these, and there's no bees in there, so I might as well just block that up as well. Okay, so we do need to craft another one of these though, because we only have space for 1 more bee in there, but let's just grab one of them. And then with you, put you in there. Now, if you look at the productivity of these, it's not great. We could do with increasing this, but we are going to get honeycomb and honey from all of the other bees as well. So it's not essential to get like the basic ones better than this, really. But how are you doing? I don't know if they do anything during the day, but the nocturnal ones might turn during the day, I think. But yeah, there's my metaternal guy. Right, so the next thing, we're already there with 2 of the attributes, aren't we? With this guy, he's got any weather tolerance and metaternal behavior, but now we need to do the productivity, and we do that with the kamikaze bee. So I need to get a skeleton to shoot at me while I'm wearing this, and there's a 30% chance of getting a kamikaze bee. So I'll set that up down here, and we can give that a go. Right, so I got really lucky there. If we just have a look at this, we have a kamikaze bee running around, and I'm just going to try and grab it because they're real tiny and really annoying to get. I should probably have like a treat on me, shouldn't I? But where are you? Oh, there we go. Right. That was lucky. Right, so what I did there was I knocked out a few torches, as you can see by the mobs that are on here. And the first mob that spawned was a skeleton. So I went to grab it, but before I got it, it shot me once. And a kamikaze bee spawned straight away. So that is definitely the way to do it. But if we just have a look at the stats for this kamikaze bee, it has very high productivity. The problem is with the kamikaze bees, though, is that you can't breed them together. So we need to get a few of these, and we need to extract the very high productivity attribute from them and give it to the water bees, and that will turn one like this into basically a super bee. So it'll have very high productivity, any weather tolerance, and metaternal behavior. So we need to get a few of the kamikaze bees first, and then we need to start squishing them, but we'll get on with that in a minute. I just need to set up an area. Now I've got this, get the skeleton in there, and hopefully you can get a few more of the kamikaze bees. Right, so if we just do something pretty basic like this, I'm going to put a trapdoor in there as well. Hopefully that'll stop him killing me. But the main reason we're doing that, I know we could just move out of the way. The main reason we do this is so the kamikaze bee doesn't go for the skeleton, which they do try and do. Once they spawn because the mob's attacked yet, they will then try and attack that mob. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the skeleton in here. Hopefully that'll work. No, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Maybe if I take the top block out, that could be it. So let's put you in there. There we go. Don't shoot yourself. So let's get some steady bee cages. Get shot a little bit. And they usually do come quite regularly, but it is a 30% chance. So you just need to be on your guard, make sure it doesn't go. Oh, there we go. Right. So it's going to try and get it, but we can just grab it like that. So that's 2 of them we've got now. And the productivity for these is always very high. So that's really good. So I'm just going to get a few more of these, and then we can start processing these and then start producing the super bees. So firstly, I think what I need to do though, because I don't think this is doing anything now, because we need, let's take these out. Oh, that didn't mean to do that. So put you there. But what we need to do here, instead of having the flower outside like that, what we need to do is put down a feeding slab. Because they won't come out now because we've got the simulator upgrade in, and I've also put in 2 speed upgrades as well to try and speed this up a bit. So let's craft a feeding slab. I think these are pretty simple. So yeah, stone slab and a chest, and then normal chest will do. So let's put that down there, and then in this I need to get a poppy again, and then in here if we just put the poppy in there, those should start producing again now. That'll just take a little bit of time, and because all of these have behavior of diurnal, they won't do anything at night. So we'll have a little sleep because we don't need it to be night anymore. Right, so those should be doing the thing now, but let's just speed this up just to make sure that it's actually doing something. Right, so you're going crazy. Yeah, we're getting plenty out of that now. Right, that's good. So we could increase the productivity of these as well, but you know, I think that's going to do us for now, isn't it? So we are going to need a lot more honey bottles because we need to get some more treats going. But if we just do a bit of that, we're going to need these for 2 things. One of them later on is to make bees spawn in the other nest. That's how we get the different bee types. But we also need it at the minute because we can combine these with the gene traits to pass them on to the other bee. So what we're going to do is try and get the high productivity gene trait, combine it with this, and then we can feed that to a water bee, and that'll make it a super bee. So all I'm going to do now, stand here for a little bit with my steady bee cage and try and get a few more of these kamikaze bees, and then we can get on with the next bit. This is my life now. Oh, no. There we go. Come here. Right, so I've been doing that for a little bit, and it didn't take long at all, and I've got 14, I think, yeah? Yeah, I've got 14 kamikaze bees there, so I think that should be enough. So I was going to go inside and do this and start setting up a proper bee processing area, but I think I'm just going to do the basic version of this manually, just so we can get these super bees going. And I think I've got a couple more Metaternal ones now as well, so I put the... Actually, is one of these a water bee? Yeah, there we go. Right, so I've got 13 of the kamikaze bees then, and this is my first Metaternal bee, and I do believe I've got a couple more as well. So yeah, there's one there. Right, so that's another 2 on top of one I've already got. So 3 of those, that's more than enough. So what we need to do now is start squishing these bees into this thing called a bottler. So it's a pretty easy recipe, all vanilla stuff. So let's grab one of those, and with this all we need to do is put this down, and then we need to put a piston upside down on top of it. Can I do this? Not like that. That's completely wrong. Upside down on top of it like that, and then we can power this piston, and then all we need to do is click the kamikaze bees into there, and the bottler, if we have bottles in it, will produce what we need. I don't believe you can do this manually. I think you have to either do it with a dropper or an auto clicker, which is what I've got here. But let's just see it. Let's just do it, see what happens. Yeah, that worked. So I just right clicked on there, and we now have the squashed bee material. So we just need to put this into a centrifuge, which there are 3 levels of. So we'll just do the basic one for that, unless we can do the next level. So let's do this. So you can either do a cauldron and a grindstone, or we can just do it with iron. So let's go for that one. And with this is going to be really slow, but we can use time in the bottle in this as well. So if you just look at this. We can put the squash bee material in there, and it will slowly turn it into the gene attributes. So we can speed this up a bit, and there we have the gene attributes from that. So what we're looking for is this thing, the productivity, which is very high. But you can see the percentage there. We need to get that to 100, and if we combine that with the treat, we can feed it to one of the water bees, and that will give it the very high productivity trait. We can just craft these together as well, but there is a better way of doing it. I have something called a gene index out of this thing here. So this, again, pretty straightforward. So let's get a crafting table, and then we can get the gene indexer. Now, I don't think this needs power, but it does need a redstone signal. So all we do is take these things, and I don't have enough inventory space now. And we are going to do all this completely automated later on, because we are going to need to squish quite a few bees. But we can just put all these into here, and it won't do anything at the minute. But when you put some of the same type in, it will automatically craft them together, and so you don't have to worry about that. And that's how we automate it. So I'm just going to get a few more of these going. So I'll click that into there, and then we can get that going while squishing the rest. That didn't work, did it? No, no, no. Cut. Right, this is not going well. Right, where's my other? Right, you come here as well. Good job I didn't do that with a water bee, because I wanted to keep that. So let's put that water bee away, and we'll set up this auto clicker as well. So let's go put you there, and if we turn this render area on, we'll move that back that way, and we just need to click it onto the bottle like that. This needs power, so let's get a gate, put you on there. So that's got power now, and now if we just click that into there, we need to make sure it's shift right click, isn't it? Sneak click, that's one. There we go. So that's done that, and we've got the bottle from it. So we can just stick a few of these in here. Right, making sure to get all of these. So what did I get there? Right, 20% on that one. So we'll stick those in, and that's gone now. We've gone up to 39%. Right, so basically that's all we need to do. So if I just keep doing that with these ones that I've already got, we probably should have enough. So I'll just get through this, and then we can start upgrading the water bees. Okay, so I've been doing that for a little bit, and we now have 400% very high productivity. So we're going to take all of those, and I'll probably just do 2 of them for now, and we'll turn those with the honey treats into the honey treat with the 100% productivity. So we can actually combine these with other gene samples as well. We don't just have to do it with the productivity, but that's what we're going to go with, because that's what we need over here. So I do have 2 more kamikaze bees, but I'm just going to leave those for now. And I'm going to grab this water bee, because this is going to be my first super bee. It was the first metaternal. So if we just put this down here, and if we hold the honey treat, it will come towards us anyway. So if we look at that, it's got high productivity. So if we feed it that, that has now gone to very high. So that is our first super bee, and this is one of the ones we're going to use for breeding. So obviously I want to do that with another one as well. So let's just grab one first. That is metaternal, so we'll have that. And it was this one, wasn't it? So let's have you. I've put you down there, and turn that one into very high as well. Nice. So the next thing we want to do is actually start breeding these, but we don't want to do it like this. We don't want to have them out in the wild. So what we can do instead is use this thing called the breeding chamber, and it's pretty simple apart from this. Oh, can I get the rose bush? Oh, I got rose bush. I better have. I don't want to go sieving. Oh, there we go. And we need to craft this thing as well, don't we? The upgrade baby. So yeah, we can do that. I just need to do a bit of honeycomb. And then with that, we can craft this, and then we turn that into the breeding chamber. Right, so again, right, I probably need power for this as well. I need to do this better. This is just to get going. So tell you what, we'll put this away a little bit. I'll do that like that. So that should have power now. So what we can do with this is put these 2 that are both very high, any and metaternal, into there. And then if we just put a set of bee cages in there, and then we just need to give them their breeding material, and these 2 take chorus flowers, so we can just put a few of these in here, so it'll do a few more. So we can also speed this up with the time in the bottle as well, and that should go pretty quick. And we can also upgrade this as well, which we will do at some point. But if we have a look at this, this is now very high, any and metaternal. So we can actually squish these ones as well to get all of these attributes, and then we can put that onto the honey tree and feed whichever bees that we breed into these attributes, which is great. Now these obviously will come out of here as child bees, So instead of waiting for them to grow up, there's two things we can do. The proper way in productive bees is to use the baby incubator, and it's a pretty cheap recipe, but to use this you need to provide 20 honey trees, and these are crafted with honey bottles and honeycomb, so it's not very cheap early on. But instead of doing that, we could use something that featured heavily in the last video, and that is the Vitalik source link from Ars Nova. So if we put loads of those down and put a baby bee next to it, so we'll have to build a little room so they don't escape, but if we put a baby bee near a load of Vitalik source links, it will grow up very, very quickly. So that is the method we're going to use. I'll just take that. So we already have 2 of those. Very nice. Let's get a few of the Vitalik source links. Let's see how well this works. So I should have plenty of this now. Probably not the glistering melon slice, but I should have plenty of gems now. Yeah, nearly 4,000 of those now. So let's just grab 2. Right, so let's grab all those and then a few more of these. So 23, that should do it. That's almost a 5x5, isn't it? So if we just stick loads of these down here, and I am going to do a proper room for this. I just want to show you the basic methods for this today. And if we take one of our water bees, this is a gelled one, so if you put that down, within a very small amount of time, that is going to grow up into an adult bee. There we go, just like that. So now that is grown up. Now that's supposed to take 20 minutes if you leave it normally, but with these things, and it doesn't cost anything, we just put this down, we don't have to provide it with sauce or anything. This is actually producing sauce from doing this, so it's a win-win. So if I put a sauce jar down here, it would also fill that up as well. So there we go, we have 2 of those water bees. So what we can do with these, missing bit roll after all that effort, but we have our breeding bees in there, so we can now put these into here and get these attributes. So stick that in there, and I definitely need to upgrade this as well. But if we have a look at this, we have very high productivity, methaternal behavior, and any weather tolerance. So that's great. Just doing a few of those, we're going to be able to craft loads more of those treats. So while we're here, shall we upgrade the centrifuge? What we can do is a powered version. That's pretty basic stuff. And then with this, we can then turn it into the heated centrifuge, but at least for now, this is slightly better. So let's put this down here. Did I do the other one of those? Put you in there. All right, so with that, put that one in there. Is that any faster? Yeah, it's a little bit faster, isn't it? So once you're processing loads of these, it needs to be a lot faster, but that's not bad for now. So let's grab those. Let's take those in there. So how are we doing? So we still have 2 of the very high productivity. 93% methanol, that's not bad. And we're getting there with the weather tolerance as well. So that's pretty good. That if we get some like pretty average bees from somewhere, we can basically upgrade into the top tier and then get them into an advanced beehive and they can start producing stuff. So that is pretty much it for the basics of the bees. We obviously need to improve this setup, but this is all the basics. This will get you going. I think next time though, we'll work on setting up a room where we can do all of this automatically and hopefully get some bees breeding and get some really crazy stuff going, including the vibranium and the unobtainium. So I think with that, I'm going to keep this crazy house on, but it's time to leave it there. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.